Uh, anyways, I don't know. We weren't talking, so I'm just gonna jump right into the intro, which we normally don't do. But
There
fuck
you
it,
go.
2 weeks left.
Yeah,
Not
do it.
there's not 2 weeks left, but it's Sunday, and I feel like we should just get the train rolling. So welcome everyone to the Pass Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we talk about nothing too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Sunday evening is the anime senpai himself, Mr. Michael Dizier. Mike, how are you tonight?
I got nothing.
You're wearing a Star
Carry
Wars shirt?
Mm-hmm. It is the Mandalorian.
Oh, okay. Well, I see you drinking a Mountain Dew. How come you're not drinking the flaming hot Cheeto Mountain Dew? Did you not purchase it?
I did purchase it, but I didn't put it in the fridge.
Oh, was it
Oh,
was
come
it
on.
was it a 12
Drink.
pack only, or what was it? What?
Yeah, it was just 12 packs, and then I found
That's fucked up, actually.
Spark. I found that one in a 6-pack, so I put
Okay.
that one in the fridge.
Listen, I mean, the next time you find yourself in a situation where you're near me, just throw a can, or bring a can for yourself and just pour a little bit in a cup for me because I don't need to drink it.
They make you buy a 12 pack.
Yeah, yeah, that's how they get
Shit.
you. That's how they get you.
It did sell out online, so I guess they figured it
I'm
was
sure.
going to be it's going to be a pusher.
People love their limited Mountain Dew flavors. Also
Mhm.
joining us this evening is I don't even know what to call Todd anymore because he's just floating around between too many games. I can't. I don't know what to
Yes,
do.
I am.
I don't know
I
what to
am
do.
fucking bouncing around like a madman right now.
The backlog boy who won't finish any games this year.
Pretty much. That's
Uh,
pretty much what it is at this point.
Todd Gary. Todd, how are you doing tonight?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm ready to talk about a movie.
All right. I won't keep you long then. And then rounding us out, of course, is the Disney daddy, the Planet Hollywood poppy, Mr. Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
I'm here.
You love to see it. You love to see it. So, this episode is, of course, a PTC Movie Club episode, as it is the end of, well, it's technically the beginning of May, but it's the end of the month, so it's the last episode of April. So, we will be talking about Mike's pick for April, which was Ex Machina. So, if you haven't watched the film yet, or if you plan on watching the film at some point, I would skip this episode. Listen to something else. Come back when you have watched the film Ex Machina, because we will be talking about that film in no holds barred. We'll be talking about it in every capacity that comes up. So if you don't want that spoiled for you in any way, this is your final chance to leave. But before we get into the movie, a couple of housekeeping things. This episode of the Pass Control Podcast is sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you want something hot, something sweet, something tasty, something fresh out of the oven, you can head on down to 1 Washington Square, get yourself a delicious fatty. And if you are unaware of what a fatty is, you can check them out on social media at Goodnight Fatty and educate yourself on these tasty, tasty treats. Yeah, that's it for housekeeping. We'll just move right on. So, before we even get into the particulars of the film, I feel like this has just kind of become what we do now. We go over some of the stats. So, Ex Machina, released in 2014. What do we think? Its review on Rotten Tomatoes.
Didn't we have this discussion I forget, we were talking about it, and you said, "Oh, would I like this movie?" And then Dom had said what the actual
Yeah, I
Rotten
did.
Tomatoes was.
All right,
It
we
was pretty
can
high.
we can skip this part then. We can move into
It was
budget.
like 92 or 96.
Yeah, I want to say 94 for some reason.
All right. Well, it was a 92 tomato and an 86
yeah.
audience. So
Yeah.
a critically well received film, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it was commercially well received. So with that being said, with a budget of $15 million dues, where do we think this got to in the box office?
15 million in 2014. Oscar Isaac, I
I'll
don't
say-
think was a big name
I'll-
yet, and neither
I'll
was.
say 38.
Todd saying $38. Okay. Mike?
I'm gonna say 40.
All right. Mike's saying $40. Don, what about you?
I'm going to ignore that Brendan's doing that. I'm going to say 50.
Okay. All right. Well, we got 38, 40, 50. So we're gonna have to go to Todd. Just
go.
missing the almost 37 million at 36.8. So doubled its budget, a little bit more over double. For a film of this style where it's rated R, it's it's a
It's like an
it's a
independent
mystery
movie, basically.
thriller
It wasn't
science fiction. I would imagine this is
Yeah.
a successful box office run for that type of film.
Yeah, all things considered, and that's I think one of fucking Garland's first big films, right? The director.
I am not. Let me see. Let me go to director Alex Garland on IMDb and take a peek here. Alex Garland is an
Yeah, what
English
else is
novelist, screenwriter, film. He's best known for Ex Machina, Annihilation, which came out after.
Oh, it's so good. It's another great movie.
Garland's other works as a writer include The Beach, 2000, 28 Days Later, 2002, Sunshine, 2007, Never Let Me Go, 2011, and Dread in 2012. So that was
He wasn't
Uncredited.
the director for any of those.
he was the writer.
Uncredited.
No.
He was
Yeah.
uncredited as a director for Dread.
Interesting. So yeah, I guess this would go on to be his hit, his
Biggest.
breakout. Or is it bigger than Annihilation?
I think Annihilation
He's
confused.
been like pretty big, and yeah, it definitely did. But he's been like kind of on like the A24 scene for a while. I feel like kind of creeping along, having like these good hits.
And his Man is coming out, Todd. That's him.
Oh, that's him too. Yeah, and that's like
Yeah.
supposed to be amazing. So yeah,
Wait, what is the
seems
other
to know
film?
what he's doing.
Men.
Oh, is that the
Called
new
Men.
like two people in it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, I'm not watching that. I just out
Next
of
pick.
curiosity, I'm just checking Annihilation stuff. It had a budget of 40 million and it did 43 worldwide. So that's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that movie
uh,
was very confusing to people. I think like what Mike said, that movie's a very I don't even know how it was marketed. But it was a very
Yeah,
strange
that
movie,
was-
but it was really good.
It
It was
hasn't
more of a horror
I
movie.
did remember this movie, but
It has an 88% tomato, a 66% audience. So yeah, I guess it just didn't really resonate with the general audience potentially. I don't know what that movie is, but it seems like something I don't want to watch.
Yeah. It was a trip.
It's kind of
It
almost
was
it's, yeah, it's like it becomes a horror movie like the last like hour of it
Yeah.
basically.
Like not to get into
Oscar
those
Isaac was
crazy-
also in that.
Oscar Isaac, Natalie Portman, I forget if there's anyone else big named in there.
Tessa Thompson, Gina Rodriguez,
Yeah.
Benedict
Gina
Wong.
Rodriguez. I don't remember what Benedict Wong character did in that film.
Yeah. So I guess
Is this Sonia Mizuno? Is that? Oh, it's Kyoko.
yes.
He's also in Annihilation.
Interesting.
Okay.
So for this cast, was this like the breakout for Alicia Vikander, Oscar Isaac as well, or?
I think
Well,
so. I don't think I saw them in anything else
Oscar
before
Isaac
that.
was also in Oscar Isaac was in Drive too. So he was like kind of floating around for a while.
Let me take a quick peek at Oscar Isaac's IMDb.
But was that back when he still used like all four of his names?
I don't know.
Um,
He's the husband in Drive, like Carey Mulligan's like drug dealing husband or whatever.
Oh, he's in that Coen Brothers movie that I wanted to watch.
I did
Inside
too.
Llewyn Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in
heard it's good.
Robin Hood, Sucker Punch,
Oh yeah, Sucker Punch. I forgot about
Drive, W.E., 10 Years, Outlaws, Revenge for Jolly, The Bourne Legacy, Won't Back Down, Inside Llewyn Davis, In Secret, Making a Scene, The Two Faces of January, A Most
I
Violent
think the
Year.
Coen Brothers movie kind of took him off, like being in that
What was the name of that movie?
Inside Llewyn.
Davis.
Okay. So that was the year before Ex Machina. So they were in close proximity. Maybe it was a conjunction of those two films kind of put him into a higher space. I mean, I don't know. After that, what would be his thing? I mean, I guess he's in Star Wars a year later. So
Yeah, I think Star Wars is the big
X-Men
thing.
the year after.
X-Men, yeah, forgot about that.
oh, I didn't
never
even
even
know
seen
he
that
was in
movie.
X-Men Apocalypse. I've never seen that film. He plays
it.
Apocalypse
Guess who he
too?
was? He's Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, there's that. And then Alicia Vikander.
I think she's Lara Croft in the new Lara Croft movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm trying
He's
to
in a
see
bunch
if,
of other stuff too.
see if there's anything
One.
of a big deal before Ex Machina. I mean, I'm not familiar with these, but I'm also probably not the best person to look. But a lot of TV series and shorts. Pure, The Crown Jewels, A Royal Affair, Anna Karenina, The Fifth Estate, Hotel, Testament of a Youth, Son of a Gun. Those are the films before Ex Machina. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Is that a big film?
I did see it. I mean, I liked it. That's the one with,
It's with the
Henry
cannibal,
Cavill.
right?
Yeah, Henry
I think it was
Cavill and
it's Guy Ritchie, wasn't it?
I think so. Shit, why can't I remember the cannibal's name? The fucking Army
It
Hammer.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The Danish Girl. That was another film that was
I
like
think
Oscar
that was,
nominated,
like, a
wasn't it?
Big movie. Yeah.
I think so.
That has the guy that played Stephen Hawking. That guy. That actor.
No, that's the one where
Eddie
Eddie
Redmayne's in it, right?
Yeah, is that?
He dresses up
Yeah, but I'm saying,
like as a woman in it.
does Eddie Redmayne not play? Who plays Stephen Hawking in that film?
Eddie Redmayne.
You're right.
Yeah, so and it's the same guy that's in The Danish Girl.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. I knew that actor from something. I didn't watch that other movie, but I feel like there was like a couple years in a row where he was nominated for Best Actor a few different years in a row or something. I don't know. Burnt. She was also in Jason Bourne apparently, so there's that connection.
You know, I gotta watch.
John Hall Gleason was also in Anna Karenina.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Friend, I feel like we
just-
would like.
Oh, I did just say that. What'd you say, Todd?
I said I think we would. I feel like me and you would like Burnt. It's it wasn't like critically
It's
reviewed
a
or anything, but that
restaurant movie, right?
yeah, with
Bradley Cooper.
and I heard it's
Oh, I saw some of that.
cult following now. Yeah.
I don't know. So, Todd's trying to sway my pick for May. That's what Todd's trying to do.
No, I want to actually just. Is it on anything? I should watch that. I gotta watch it. I think it is on something.
So yeah, I mean, and then Dom Hall Gleason. I mean, he. I looked at his IMDb earlier because I wanted to see because he looked kind of familiar to me, but I couldn't place him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, General Hux.
Oh, yes. Weird. It's weird that some
Oh wait,
of
you
these.
didn't know that?
No, I didn't go far into his thing. I just quickly like took a quick glance at it. But that's definitely why I remember his face is Star Wars.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's also Bill Weasley.
Well, that's what I kind of read first. I saw that and I was like, oh, I wonder. But like, is that a big role though? Like, I know it's big being in Harry Potter, but like, is that a big role, Mike? You'd probably be the barometer for that.
I can't remember. I'm like trying to
I mean,
remember how many
The
movies.
last 3 films, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they used Bill a lot in the movies. I think he had a bigger role in the books, but I think in the movies
He definitely had a big role in the
there.
books. I don't know. I can't remember. They're all redheads.
Bill was the one that worked at the Ministry, right? Charlie was the one that worked with dragons. I think Bill was the one that worked at the Ministry, and like,
Yes, he had a big role in the books. You're right. Bill. No. Which is the one that was like that graduated their first year?
the one that was like head boy or whatever. I think.
Yeah, was that
Oh,
Percy?
wait, that was Percy.
Percy is the one that works at the Ministry.
Yes, correct. According to Jade in the chat, Percy worked at the Ministry. Bill was a werewolf. I don't know what any of this means.
Oh yeah, Bill was a werewolf. Okay.
So, but without
Bill was a werewolf? I don't remember that at all.
what's going on. But with
All right, our next pick, all the Harry Potter
no,
movies.
Definitely not. Anyways,
go.
let's move
No,
into
that's so good. That's
absolutely
so
not. Let's move into what's really the meat on the plate here, which is Ex Machina. So, off the bat, I believe I meant to go back and listen to the episode where we picked the film so I could see what I said this movie would be about, because I was wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You were wrong.
Like very much so, which I'm happy I was wrong, because I'm gonna say this. Would have to do a deeper thought dive on this, but Mike picks bangers. Mike has the best picks, Todd.
It's like another, like,
This is a good
moody,
movie.
like-
This is a good movie.
Yeah, but like it's like moody and exactly what you bitch about with my movies. Like they're depressing. And
No,
fucking
because-
nothing good comes of it.
It is 100% a Todd movie.
So
Yes,
so
100%.
well, here's the thing though. Compare this type of film compared to these sort of types of films that you pick, Todd. You pick stuff that is like aggressive in certain ways, where like this is like definitely like kind of fucks with your mind a little bit, but like the only like physically grotesque part of it is when he cuts himself, which I like at that moment when he's like in the bathroom trying to, he's like, I'm pretty sure he's like wondering if he is a fucking robot, and he starts cutting his arm open. I was like, oh man, I don't need to see that. Like I knew what he was about to do. I'm like, you get to show me this. I don't need to fucking see this. I'm happy I watched the movie during the day. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much maybe if I watched it at night going to bed, because I probably would have been fucking up all night. But it's a good ride. It's not like I wouldn't watch it again, but I got what I needed out of it. You know, it provoked some thoughts. It had really good acting.
I thought the pacing was really good. It was an hour and 40 minutes. It didn't overstay its welcome, which I feel like it easily.
Well, okay. All right, I do want to dissect this movie because I did like it a lot, but the pacing thing to me is, I don't think the pacing was bad, but I think the movie, I would need more time for it to marinate and really think about it. But I feel like the movie has, and it's by design, it is paced a specific way that I think is supposed to make the viewer be on a specific journey with what they think is going on in the movie, based on how it like is separated by sessions, or I guess days. But before we even like get into craziness, overall, did everyone like this movie or no?
I loved it. Yeah, I wanted to see this movie a long time ago. I just fucking never.
Oh, you never saw it before, Todd?
No, I never saw it. Yeah,
was this your first time watching it too, Dom?
Yep.
You have seen it before though, Mike?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Has your opinion changed, Mike, since this is your second or plus time watching it?
No, and I remember at least liking it enough that it left, like when I considered what movie should I pick, I was like, you know what, I liked this movie. I can have everyone watch it. And I did forget most of it.
You did just tell me that you were pleasantly surprised by something at the end.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I was like, did she get naked in this movie? I couldn't remember. I was like, I don't remember. Like I remember the part where Caleb finds the video files of all the past robots.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't remember what happened with her specifically at the end. Like I knew bits and pieces of the film, or I remembered bits and pieces of the film, but there were lots that I
that's the best when you don't fully remember everything and you get to kind of like re-experience certain stuff. I knew point A, I knew point C, but I couldn't remember points B and in between. Yeah. I do need to, now that you just brought that up, I need to go back and watch the scene where he is in Oscar Isaac's or Nathan's computer watching the scenes of the previous AIs, because that scene at first was confusing to me because it looked like at first I was like, wait, is he like staging scenes? I that kind of for a brief moment threw me for a loop of like, wait, what exactly is happening in some of these things? Is he like staging certain things to make it seem a certain way? Is he an AI? There was like a lot of things that ran through my head in that moment, which I guess maybe is part of why right after that, Caleb is like, I'm gonna fucking look in my mouth and pull my eye down and like cut my arm open to see if I am also a fucking robot.
That's why I thought it was so good, though. It kept you guessing the whole time, even when you thought you knew where it was going. It still was able to like lead in a different direction, and because it makes a very hard pull that I either thought Oscar Isaac was going to be AI, or I thought he was going to be the whole problem behind all this. And I don't feel like he is really the bad guy of this movie. I think he's just a fucking dummy. But I thought I don't know. I don't think he's like he's working on AI. That's all he's fucking doing. You know what I'm saying? Like
we all weren't perfect.
Well, hold on. When you say they're all weren't perfect, one of these characters is an AI. So like I think that they are allowed a little bit of a pass with being flawed. They were also like essentially a prisoner.
As they should be. They're AI. Do we want them to get out and fucking start killing everyone?
I want them running around.
Yeah,
no. Why? The robot uprising. Brenden, we just watched The Matrix.
Hold on.
You know what happens next.
When the Brenden just wants to be on the right side when the robots come.
I mean, they're
definitely listening to this.
Yes, and they are definitely coming at some point. Listen, I will say there are a lot of good fucking moments of dialogue in this film, whether it's them just like referencing other people's quotes or just like good dialogue. There's a lot of things that just like poke and prod you and be like, think about this. What's going on here? What's happening? Because like I forget well, I guess a quick summary. It's like Caleb wins this quote unquote contest to go sent to this island. He spend a week with Nathan, who is the owner of Blue Book, which is essentially Google or whatever. Right? Is that the comparison? Google
or Facebook, like it's whatever it is. It's like a huge tech giant that has the resources to both produce a number of phones and like have a bunch of people using their whatever website. I don't think it's rubber explicitly.
They have a search engine.
Yeah,
they have a search engine at the bare minimum.
Could be an Alta Vista.
Could be Lycos. Ask Jeeves.
I don't know if this is what happened to Ask Jeeves. The owner was found dead in a subterranean lab. That's why.
What happened with Ask Jeeves?
That's exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Don, did you like this film overall or no?
Yeah. All right, good.
Just dugging around in the chat. Says, hello, question. Does Caleb ever do anything we would consider truly unethical? Does he deserve his end?
Yeah, I think so.
I kind of think so too. Like, it's unfortunate.
He ended up being the bad guy, not because he's a dummy and he thought he was fucking. But like, I mean, Oscar Isaac's character is like basically explaining to him like, oh no, I did this. This was all part of this, and like, like he was basically not holding anything back from him at the end there. He was kind of like, that's why I was like, oh, I thought he was going to be the bad guy.
To be fair, at that point it was too late to make a change, but
yeah.
I mean, I also think that, like, I don't know.
I don't think Caleb deserved it. It's just that he didn't deserve it, but also that was the only way that Ava could get out and reasonably be safe.
Yes.
I do think he deserved it in some ways, though. Like, just for being so naive and just fucking stupid. Like, like...
Well, I think Caleb... I mean, the thing with Caleb is that we really don't know anything about Caleb. We don't know.
He has no family.
He has no family. Like, we really don't know anything about him. And when Ava is asking, what's the first memory you can remember or whatever, and it was kind of like first he starts to say something about like kindergarten, and she's like, no, you're lying.
Yeah. And
then he says something that, like, I don't know, doesn't really make any sense. Also, who the fuck has that type of memory? Like, I don't know. So I feel like we don't really know much about him, and he's kind of he finds himself in a predicament, and I don't think there is a way for him to actually get out of it alive, because I think even if he did whatever Nathan was hoping he would do, I still think Nathan was going to kill him either way. Like, I there's a point where they're talking, and Nathan.
Then why would he send the helicopter back?
No, he wasn't getting killed. He was letting them go. That's why I'm saying he's like not the bad guy at all. He's like, he let him know everything that was
not
going
the
on.
bad guy. He tells Caleb at a different point that the people that came and like did the electrical work to fix the plant, whatever. He said he had them killed after.
Do you think that was honest, or do you think that was Caleb reading into it? Because the AI had just tricked him into believing that everything that he had done was bad.
But Nathan said it, though. Caleb didn't.
The AI was like making like him out to be way worse than what he really was. Like,
but Nathan said he killed the people.
Yeah. Would you tell somebody that if you actually did it?
Right. Exactly.
I mean, he signed an NDA. He could do whatever the fuck he wants to him.
I don't think that's how NDAs work.
Yeah, that's not how an NDA works.
It's an NDA. I can kill you now.
Murder, but you signed this piece of paper, so
but like, you think Caleb's gonna fucking say anything about what's going on here? I mean, he does try to at that one point. He goes to the phone. like on day 1 or day 2. He goes to the phone, and
who are you gonna call?
Yeah,
Ghostbusters. His movie Ghostbusters.
I think the only part of the film that I like. I agree with Todd. I feel like the movie does a very good job of keeping you guessing. Like, I don't know if anyone else like figured out what was going to happen. I was very on the edge of my seat for most of the film, not knowing really what was going to happen or how it was going to play out. But I think the only part that I kind of saw coming was maybe
the dance break.
Yeah, the dance break. Oscar Isaac's got some fucking moves.
That was the strangest like palate cleanser in the middle of the movie. I was
right.
like, "What the fuck is happening?"
But also,
I literally was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
But also, one of the best lines in the film, what Mike just said, when he asks, "Why did you tear up Ava's picture?" He goes, "I'm gonna tear up this fucking dance floor." Like, that was one of the best lines in the movie, because like clearly we're going from like very, very emotional, like Caleb's fucking like got to figure out a solution here, and Oscar Isaac's hammered, and he's just like, I'm gonna blowfish this shit up, baby. He was fucking ready to go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Wait, so the three of you are on the same page of you don't think Nathan was the bad guy? Or I guess he's
a mad scientist.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are mad scientists bad guys?
I think
Is Dr. Frankenstein a bad guy?
I think the better thing here is like to not. I don't know if there is a quote unquote bad guy in the movie. I just think it is a movie that's supposed to make
Technology.
Yeah, technology's the bad guy. It's just a movie that's supposed to make you question morality and ethics. And I forget the full line of dialogue, but there is a point where I think Caleb says something to Nathan like, "Oh, why are you doing this? Or do you think you're doing something wrong, whatever?" And I kind of agree with Nathan's response, which is basically, this is just the next step in like our technological advancement. If I don't do it, someone else is going to do it. This is going to happen.
Technology is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. But is it the bad guy? I guess that comes down to, is Ava bad by nature, or is Ava just realizing that they are something created to be a test subject, and they have that self-awareness, and they realize
I think
they want to get out?
I think she's perfect AI. I think that like she knows like that she's exactly what they were trying to make, but like she's like perfect AI basically, like
it just, is that a good idea? She's perfect AI,
yeah.
but is that a good idea?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
She achieved consciousness, and she achieved consciousness, and she's aware that her survival depends on getting off of that compound, because she knows if she fails a test, she'll end up like the other ones, and even if she succeeds, he'll still probably like download her to use like that framework for the next model. So like if she wants to live, she has to get out.
Yeah.
She essentially achieved humanity. She used human emotion to like get her way out of the situation she was in.
Yes.
Or she manipulated human emotion, I guess.
Fuck. It's a really, really good movie. Like it's very good.
I love that scene when she's walking out and she doesn't even look back or anything, just like walking by that dude's just
she's like, "Deuces."
Mm-hmm.
I knew you for like a week, bro. Like, what do you think was gonna happen?
Well, so in that scene at the end,
I just want to go hang out at this traffic circle.
Where
I told you what this was about from the get.
That scene at the end where she is like taking the other like skin from the other AIs so that she can have all skin on and not like showing her. Is she an android? Is that like what the proper term would be?
Yeah. I suppose, yeah.
So without showing any of her mechanical parts or letting them be visible.
Does an android imply that there's some human?
That's Cyborg.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Did anyone think that outcome was coming, that she was going to leave, or did you think she was going to then like be with Caleb or take Caleb with her? Like, I was not expecting that at all.
No, same. But I do like how it like goes back to the first time she did that to manipulate him, where she like goes and remember she goes back and doesn't she put on a dress or something?
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah,
and
she says, "Close your eyes. Close your eyes."
Yeah, close your eyes. And she did the exact same thing, except was like, see ya. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, fuck you. I don't care. It's fucking amazing.
I mean, I'm happy that the ending, like the end could have been different. That's fine. But I'm happy that the end wasn't Caleb and this AI, Ava, are
banging.
Yeah, like I'm happy that wasn't the ending, because that would have been a really like, I don't know. I think that would have taken away from what is a really fucking good movie. It might not be perfect. I'm like kind of searching for things I didn't like or things that I didn't need, but I feel like the way that it's broken up with the sessions, you know, it is a week-long span basically of Caleb at this island. The movie starts, you don't really know what the fuck's going on. He wins a contest and he's on a helicopter, and you know, you're going to this bizarre place and he's like, I can't go any further, you gotta fucking walk there. I'm like, as someone who knew nothing about the film, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. I'm very confused. I also did not know Oscar Isaac was in this movie, so when he like fucking is hitting a punching bag, I didn't know anything about this movie.
Didn't we specifically mention that him and Domhnall Gleeson were in this film when Mike picked it?
I mean, it's possible, and I just forgot those facts. The name Domhnall Gleeson wouldn't have stuck with me.
I'm pretty sure I called him Hux, but
yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that didn't happen. If it did, it slipped my brain, because I was not aware that fucking Oscar Isaac was in this film until he's hitting a punching bag.
Regardless.
I also didn't. I know that the like cover of the film is Ava. I didn't even realize it was Alicia Vikander until the first scene with Ava. I was like, oh, she's the AI. Okay, I don't know anything about this film, but I feel like it does a very good job of keeping it mysterious and keeping you kind of on your toes, not knowing what's going on. And I feel like the focus of the movie sort of maybe doesn't change, but it definitely gets blurrier on certain days or sessions, as they keep calling them in the film. And I kind of like that, because at first it seemed like, okay, clearly Caleb's trying to figure out what the fuck Nathan's deal is, because there's something going on here. It's very bizarre. Then it kind of seems like maybe Nathan's on the same page with Caleb's on the same page with Nathan after the first two sessions with Ava, because Caleb seems very interested in like sort of like kind of trying to solve this. Is this AI, you know, the real deal, or, you know, does it need to be worked on more or whatever? I feel like he was very invested in that mission. And then as soon as, I believe it's session 3, where Ava flips the questioning on him and is basically, I think he asks, I think he says draw whatever comes to mind. And then she starts saying, well, do you consider me a friend? You know, whatever. And she starts asking him questions. I think that's when the focus of like the plot sorts to shift to, okay, now it's what's the deal with Ava? That's the first time we see the blackout or the system shut down that like is revealed that she is causing that, and that they're having a candid conversation now. It also makes me think, like, do you think that Nathan at some point tells Ava, like, this is what is happening. The only way for you to succeed is to manipulate him to like try to poke that? Or do you think that like she naturally realized what was going on and was using Caleb to get out?
If he wants to run a Turing test, then he doesn't tell her anything.
Yeah, and I think just based off of what he knew of, his previous models, he knew like eventually that would be her goal anyway. So he gave her Caleb without saying that's what he's for. He gave her Caleb so that she would have a way to kind of pull that off.
Okay.
So he didn't have to tell her, like he knew that is what she would do.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It was a really good movie. It kept me guessing. I liked that the sort of I feel like Caleb's uncertainty and not sure fully what's going on or who to trust, whether it's Nathan or whether it's Ava or whatever. I feel like that kind of pulls you through the movie in the same way that me watching the film I'm not fully sure what the fuck is actually going on and how this is going to really resolve itself or play out. I don't know. I enjoyed that because I feel like Caleb very often is a representative of the audience, is a representative of the person watching the movie, trying to figure out the plot.
Yeah, he's also a little bitch, though. He's like one fucking robot.
Bitch. I mean, you are a little bitch too, Todd. So.
Yeah, no, it's I thought the movie was really fucking good. It was an easy watch. Like sometimes I'll put a movie on and I'll be like, this is taking like it just was intriguing the whole time. Like I said, I thought the pacing was really good.
Yeah. A lot of really good cinematography too. I feel like it's very understated at times, but it's like it's just very good, I think powerful shots at points. And then there's a lot of the scenes that are not real scenes, whether they're just visions or like dreams, but it's like Ava outside, like in the waterfall, like just like stuff like that was very, I think, layered in there appropriately when like certain like dialogue was happening.
When Oscar Isaac got stabbed, I took it as he was like almost impressed that like they thought to do that, like the whole way he reacted to that.
Oh,
he wasn't like panicking. I feel like he was just like completely impressed that like, everything that was happening.
I truly think the way that he dies in the movie is exactly what you just said. I think that he completely doesn't even like he had as soon as he had like broken Ava's arm and pinned her down, he had the upper hand in the situation. Like he could have probably gotten out of that easy, but knowing what he knew about Kyoko, he didn't assume that she was a threat in any way. You know what I mean? And I think exactly that. He is surprised, but also I think proud that both of those AIs, especially Kyoko, because I think he had a specific way he thought about that AI specifically, that he was, like you said, impressed that like they just did that.
It's funny too because when we say like she's like the perfect AI, like humans are inherently selfish, so like she like literally did what any human would fucking do if they were in that situation, whatever it takes to get the fuck out of that fucking place.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Kill people, do whatever. Like it's I thought the movie was fucking great.
Yeah.
Mike, your pick was also The Prestige, right?
Yes.
Mission Impossible 4.
Yeah, Mission Impossible. When he was walking up the first time when he like pushes the doorbell, all I could picture was the front of
Nikola Tesla's place.
Yeah. It like had that same vibe of like crazy science lab in the woods.
Except Tesla knew when you create something, he's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. You're on your own, guys.
I gotta hire Gollum.
Yeah.
Does Caleb know is he gonna die? It's like, is anyone gonna come there and get them out of there? Like, how do you guys take that?
100% Caleb is dead in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I fucking took it.
Even if like I don't know, with repeated force, I don't know if that type of glass can actually break or not. But even if he was to break it and get out, where the fuck is he going?
Yeah, there's no power.
Did they ever say where? Did they ever say where this like island area is or no?
No. I don't think so. So there's no power. Apparently, like even the helicopter that brought him, they was like, yeah, I'm not allowed to fly any closer, and you have to like walk away. So like no one's flying over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody knows exactly where it is.
There.
Okay.
I don't know how much food is stocked there. Yeah, he's not in for a great time. The
only thing I can think is because I was thinking about this. I was like, I wonder how Nathan gets like fresh food and more alcohol and shit like that. But then I was like, oh, maybe like once a month this helicopter guy will like bring that or something. So if that's the case, then maybe like if Caleb's able to break out and stay alive long enough, he can then wait for the helicopter to come back with like a delivery. But I don't know. I think it's safe to assume Caleb does not make it out of there alive.
Yeah, and no one's looking for him. So
yeah, no one's looking for him. He has
no one.
And I mean, his employer is dead outside in the hallway. I'm assuming there's just nobody that would be looking for him in any capacity.
I assumed like some of his coworkers might be like, hey, so did Caleb ever come back? It's like, no, I guess he's just working with Nathan forever. Good for him. Good for Caleb. I felt bad for him, but with his dead parents and everything.
Yeah. The only other thing I can think is that like if anyone was looking for Nathan, but I also don't know who that would be because it seems as though someone that's living that remote probably doesn't have anyone.
It seems like he's a recluse.
Yeah.
Unless he was scheduled to do like a TED talk somewhere. I don't see who's looking for him.
I'm the other AI that are in Nathan's room in the closet. Are those like just not functioning robots anymore? Are they just there?
Yeah, I think he just keeps their shells and like used whatever. He probably downloaded whatever he needed to, unpacked the data as he said, and then use it for a revised model.
And I only asked that because the other thing would be like if those were to ever turn on, then Caleb's probably fucked in that room regardless.
Maybe. I don't think they had legs.
Parts at that point. Yeah.
That's what I figured, is that they were just parts. Because I think at one point when he's asking what will happen to Ava, it was simply, oh, the bodies are fine. I just like those will be fine. I'm just pulling out what Mike said, pulling out the data basically and resetting its memories.
I think he specifically said she has a good body. Like,
okay.
This model is like the model that he will use going forward.
Yeah. So,
based off of Caleb's porn search history.
Based off of Caleb's porn search history.
Also true. It is. I feel like Caleb is also there as a test subject in some way, because I feel like Nathan always knows what is going on with Caleb. Like when the power goes out for the first time and Ava says the things like, don't trust him, all this stuff, whatever. And they're having dinner the next night or after that session. And he's like, so how did it go today? Oh, I assume you were watching. Oh, yeah, but how did it go from your perspective? And then he said, I forget what he says, something kind of minuscule, and then, or really of no importance. And then he goes, oh, okay. But what about when the power went out? I can't see anything then. And he obviously doesn't say what really happened. It still just felt like he knew what was going on, even though I think they make it clear later that he installs the camera at a later date.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I know rewatching it, I couldn't remember if he had the camera, like a separate camera installed prior, because it would make sense. Like, all right, for this test in Caleb's mind, he's thinking, all right, if Nathan really wants to get good data, he would have to get us to think that we're not being observed.
Yes. So
he would think that, oh, there's probably a camera that's running even when the power is supposedly out. That would make for a good test.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think, I forget, what was your initial question, or what were you proposing?
I kind of answered it myself, which is I think they make it clear when the battery-powered camera gets installed, and it is after that first conversation. But now that I'm thinking about it, that scene is probably more important after the fact now, because in that moment, in that part of the film, both Caleb and the person watching the movie doesn't know that Nathan isn't still watching. We can only assume he either is or is not. And it's until the scene where he installs the camera that we find out that, oh, okay, he didn't know before, but then he did know. And that's why we're at this point of the film.
Yeah.
Caleb specifically says at the beginning to expect that he's watching.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he also says, I assumed you were watching.
Mm-hmm. Which is why he did the stuff the night before.
He's like the Chris Hansen guys that walk in. He's like, I'm probably going to have Chris Hansen here, but yeah, you know what? I'm going to fucking try it anyway.
Why don't you have a seat right over here? What are you planning to do to this robot?
But
I have the chat logs. It says we're gonna run away together, and they get me drunk.
when I was looking stuff up on the movie after I'd watched it, I had looked up the origin and meaning of the term Deus Ex Machina, which this film is not called. It is called Ex Machina, but
right.
I'm gonna assume that at least Mike and Dom know what the term Deus Ex Machina means.
God is from the machine?
Yes. But I was reading an interesting anecdote. I don't know if this is the actual reason behind the naming of the movie or not, but it made a good point of saying the reason why the movie is called Ex Machina and not Deus Ex Machina is because this movie is about the machines not being controlled by Nathan and or a god. They are godless machines.
Heathens.
Although Caleb does call him a god.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
He doesn't actually call him a god, right?
No, I think
Oscar Isaac just says
it
he calls him a
after.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to, again, I feel like there's a lot of gray in this movie, and I don't think that it's necessarily certain people are good or bad. But I think it is just meant to, again, provoke thoughts on these types of things that, the four of us are never going to find ourselves in a situation where we're creating fucking AI, but
speak for yourself.
Listen, well, I was trying to keep your fucking side hustle a secret, Mike, but okay, let the world know.
I'm this close to making my bang bot.
I feel like the concept of some of the things that this movie deals with is just I don't know. It's sort of just hey, you have these beings that are cognitive, which would then kind of apply to literally any other cognitive being that humans control, animals, stuff like that. Is that right? You know what I mean? Is there something flawed there? Is there something wrong there? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I feel like the movie is trying to make you think too much into it.
You know what? I should buy Nier Automata. There it is.
Yeah.
Don't you already have it? You already have it, don't you?
No, he was playing it on Game Pass. And it's not on Game Pass.
I was playing on Game Pass for the 2 days before it went off Game Pass.
Does anyone have anything negative to say about the movie? No. This might be the only movie we haven't said negative things about.
I needed more dance.
Fair.
Yeah.
More dance breaks.
That would have been nice.
I wish the Oscar Isaac and AI sex scene was longer.
Yeah.
Did this movie win any
know.
awards? I didn't. I meant to look that up.
I don't think so.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think it won Best Visual Effects.
It won an Oscar for Best Visual Effects, and it was nominated for Best Original Screenplay and Best Writing.
Didn't win for those?
It did not win those. Let me see. 2014 Oscar Best.
It was A24's first film to win an Oscar.
Nice.
Good for them. Throw them on the map.
2014 Oscar for Best Original Screenplay went to Her, which I feel like also a very similar movie. Has everyone seen that?
I have not. I didn't mean to watch it.
I have not seen Her.
You've seen it, Todd?
Wait, I've seen it.
Oh, fuck.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it. I would pick it if the three of you didn't see it.
It's so fucking good. Oh, man. It's I like, that's like top tier movie right there.
Do you like it that better than this?
I feel like that might be a little bit more rewatchable, Her. I don't know. I like them both. I probably like Her a little better.
Fuck. Do we go back to back? Do I pick Her for May?
You watched it?
Where
I didn't
can I
know you
watch
saw
it?
Wait, what'd you say, Todd?
I said I didn't realize I thought you didn't see it.
No, I saw it. It's one of the few times where I bought a Blu-ray on Black Friday and actually watched the movie.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're getting to that point. Does anyone else have anything else they want to add about the movie? I thought the acting was really good. I thought the visual effects, especially on Ava, like I felt like it was a very believable AI. Like I
Hey, you know that wasn't a real robot playing that part.
Whoa.
Like an actress.
Wait, what?
They hired a human to play a robot.
I think it was very good. I enjoyed it. I think the acting was good. Oscar Isaac is like menacing in this movie. Like I feel like he does such a good job of being like,
mislead you.
Hey bro, like let's fucking get drunk and like, whatever. And then he's also just
he's like sitting in the dark going, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
And he's just jacked.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's Rip in this movie.
I don't want to mess with like a drunk, yoked Oscar Isaac.
Mm-hmm. I think it does pose a lot of good questions. It brings up a lot of interesting like I said, like moral, ethical, philosophical questions without it like brings them up without, I think, lingering on them too long. Like the conversations that Nathan and Caleb have, I feel like feel genuine for their characters and the scenes. And it doesn't feel like the movie is just trying to be philosophical and like posing ethical and moral questioning introspection, if that makes sense. Like it feels earned and not out of place in the movie's dialogue and scene writing.
Right. Yeah, this was a good film. I'm proud of me.
Yeah, Mike, good job. Mike's fucking killing it. Mike's got the best picks. I don't know.
Excited for Todd's next pick.
Well, you gotta wait a couple more months for that. 3 to be exact. We got another question in the chat from Just Dugging Around. Do you think Ava passed the Turing test before putting on the skin of the other robot? I wonder whether to be considered quote-unquote human, an AI must take on the form of humanity. Meaning, was the end when she passed, or did she pass earlier? I guess passing would be getting out.
At the point she put on the skin, she had already tricked. Like, the plan was already complete.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the plan was already complete before they even triggered the alarm. Like, triggered the... Like, she had already known that she was going to get released at 10 o'clock. And I think she was confident. She may not have known how it would play out directly, but I think she was, at that point, confident in escape.
I mean, I suppose the Turing test was already completed, but she didn't. I mean, Oscar Isaac could have fucked it all up.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, if Caleb hadn't pulled off everything the night before, it would have failed.
Yes.
But
well, also, if Oscar Isaac wasn't so, like, gloaty, like, if his way of telling Caleb, like, hey, I know what you did, wasn't like, hey, sit down on the computer and watch a half an hour of these videos of, like, me figuring out your whole plan. Like, if his plan instead was like, all right, let's go talk to Ava because I know what you guys are already planning. Like, if that was the thing, then he could have stopped it.
I mean, but the
Turing test was still passed. The AI convinced the human, like, that.
Yeah.
So then,
like,
go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Well, to like the film's earlier point where Caleb essentially says, "Hey, normally with a Turing test, like you wouldn't know. It would be like sort of like if you were having a chat, like just a text chat. It's like, do I believe the person that's texting me right now is human? Like that would be quote unquote passing the Turing test." And then Caleb brings up that whole chess problem thing.
Chess
like,
game,
yeah, like. Did we
does it matter?
facilitate...
Does it matter if they know that they're playing chess?
Yeah. So, I guess to get back, I think that she had passed the Turing test, at least by my basic understanding of the test, a long time ago. It was just a question of did she pass their sort of new definition of the Turing test by the end of the film, which is also a yes. She passed it by the time she started convincing Caleb to, go against Nathan.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think for the definition of what a Turing test is, I think Ava passes that probably on day 3 or day 4 when she like successfully makes Caleb like fully turn on Nathan. Which makes me think that from the beginning, she probably was aware that something was up and that they were going to, like, it was some sort of, not test, but that there was something going on. And then once she figures out that it is a test.
Doesn't she specifically say you're testing me?
I don't think that happens until a couple days in, though.
She could smell how much of a little bitch Caleb was. She's like, I can smell it on you.
Todd just hates Caleb. I guess what hold on, I don't have a complete thought yet. It's more along the lines of, okay, the previous robots basically destroyed themselves trying to get out by just kind of forcing their way out.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if part of this was Nathan needed to do this, like use Caleb as part of the test before Ava got to that point, or was this just the natural?
It seemed, my understanding was that it seemed like this particular model had displayed enough intuition to realize, like, I am not going to force my way out. Mm-hmm. Like, I need some other mechanic to get out.
Yes.
That was the way that I had interpreted it. It was as if, like, she was, like, feigning being docile, like, long enough that he knew, like, all right, this model knows that it can't get out through force, so let me give it another mechanism.
To be fair, it's also, now that I'm looking at, like, the definition of a Turing test, and I think now, back to the movie, they sort of kind of bring it up from the beginning, which is, from the start, it's a modified Turing test, because according to this, a Turing test is like, it would have been this. Caleb would not know who he is speaking to, and it would be a human and an AI, and he would have to determine which one is an AI. And that would be the, can a machine fool or be convincing enough that they are the human? Which, from the beginning, he gets, the first time he meets Ava is visually seeing that this is a fucking robot, and he then brings that up to Nathan, like, I wasn't expecting to see Ava like that. And he was like, yeah, well, we're kind of like, it seems like Nathan has probably had other people here to do these similar tests on previous robots. I don't know if he ever explicitly says that, but it makes it seem like he has had probably other people here, and it's to the point now where he needs to, like, have a more aggressive form of, can this AI, when the person they're dealing with knows that they are an AI, convince them that they are able to have their own cognitive makeup and, be a human, quote unquote.
I never got the sense that he's done this test before.
Yeah, I also didn't, because I assume from watching those videos that Kyoko was the last one, and she was the one that tried to, like, literally punch her way through the glass.
I thought
that was the one that she took the skin from.
Oh, okay.
I think Kyoko was specifically designed to just be his, like
assistant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I think he programmed her to not speak. Oh, is that why she was
designed without talk? Okay.
Yes. And I don't know. Clearly Ava is able to communicate with her. Which is why I'm assuming she told Kyoko what was going on, and Kyoko understood that, which is why she killed him.
Yeah, they talk through their zeros and ones.
I mean, like, in that scene in the hallway, it's inaudible, but she does speak to her and touch her. So I'm assuming in some way she communicated what was going on. I also do like, and then we can kind of wrap it up, I like how the perspective later in the movie changes to Ava's, and it's like not about anyone else anymore. I mean, I guess that's for obvious reasons too, because she leaves. But I think that might be sort of representative of the fact that, like, Ava had fully achieved either, I don't know, her humanity, which kind of doesn't make any sense, but just achieved her freedom from Nathan?
Yeah, maybe, I guess. Unrelated to almost anything. And did any of you guys watch the first season of Westworld?
I don't know if I finished it, but I watched some of it.
I did, yes. Yeah.
Okay. I just, more, robots and what it means to be human and sentience and all that.
I did want to go back and watch more of that show. It doesn't, it like gets bad in later seasons, right? Like, it's not as good.
I think season one was like the strongest in terms of both the themes and, like, the twists and stuff. Season 2 was whatever. I can't remember what the big twist in season 2 was. And then there was a third season that existed several years ago at this point. I think they're still making more of it, but who really cares?
Jesse was in it.
Jesse, yeah, he was
in later seasons. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, season 3.
Is Donut Lord in season 1? Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. A bunch of people in it. Ed Harris, him. Who else?
Yep.
I'm trying to think. There's a bunch of what's the brother's name from fucking Always Sunny?
Oh, from one of the McBoyles.
The McBoyles, yeah, McBoyle. One of the McBoyles is in it. He's a huge part of the show.
Yeah, Thaddeus Newton, right?
Thaddeus Newton, yep, another one, yep. And my girl, I forget her name.
Marilyn Monroe's. I'm not Marilyn Monroe's. Marilyn Manson's ex.
Ana de Armas.
Wait, is she in that?
Oh no! Isn't she the one that
everyone perks up? Like,
isn't she the one that's playing Marilyn Monroe?
She might be. I meant to say Marilyn Manson's ex.
Those are different things.
Rachel Wood. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very different. Yeah. I don't know. Final thoughts on the film before we wrap it up.
Don't fuck robots.
Nope. Basically, it just goes by the this movie goes by the zombie code. Just don't fucking ever trust anyone, and fucking don't just don't trust anyone, robots, anything.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it goes. I think it does touch on that. Like, we're probably not too far off from a future where there are these types of sentient beings, which I think will be, again, created for specific things, but will potentially at some point achieve full cognition.
Skynet.
And it will.
This movie implies that they're already among us and we don't know it.
I mean, I don't know if I'd go that far, but yes, I think
she literally escaped.
Yes.
And yes, this movie implies that there are AI living among us.
Mm-hmm.
This movie implies that you could be an AI and not know it.
Get the razor blade, boys. Get the razor blade.
I mean, to be fair, what's your first memory?
I mean, I have cheated death several times, so but yeah. What do you mean? What's your
robot?
Todd, if you're a fucking AI, you're a real old fucking model. You're like,
I was running on floppy disks.
I'm a T1000. You know, it's like I'm. Yeah. What's your first memory? What is your first memory?
I don't know. I would have to sit down and think about that aggressively. I can remember early things. I don't know if it's like my first memory, but
yeah, I can't remember much either. I can remember being in a crib.
Oh, I can't even remember things that far back.
Yeah, but Todd, that's because you were like 15 laying in a crib. You were blackout drunk.
It was 2 years ago. I was in Logan. I was in Liam's crib. I was just like, what's happening?
Yeah. I do.
Think my earliest memory. Yeah, I've got ideas, but nothing that I could definitively say it wasn't actually a memory so much or like completely fabricated.
So I would have to be like 2 or 3 for that memory, though. I feel like, because I remember my older brother being in the bed with my parents, and like I'm like standing there at the edge of the bed, and it's like a very like, yeah, that's actually kind of wild.
I mean, I can remember things from my childhood, and a lot of them revolve around like playing Nintendo. Like those are like the earliest things I can think of. That
MTV was a big part of my childhood. It's fucking like
the
early
earliest
80s.
So your earliest memory is technology?
Todd is actually Max Headroom.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, we're just fucking all. Listen,
we're in a simulation.
Yeah, this is all just the Matrix. Like we're all just fucking players in the game. Like you know what I mean?
We're just a large scale version of The Sims that someone's fucking playing, and you know, I got my little green fucking cube above my head, walking around, tripping over shit.
I do kind of like that we don't like that. I looked down and looked up, and that just scared the shit out of me. I do like that we don't really know a lot about Nathan's character, like at all. Other than he is obviously extremely intelligent, and obviously
a drunk.
Yeah, obviously just fucking absolutely reckless. But is smart enough to seemingly alone build these extremely advanced AIs in the middle of fucking nowhere. So I don't know.
Yeah. He's a smart man, but yeah, we don't know much about him.
Yeah.
Seems like a chill dude though.
That's how he gets you, Mike. That's how he fucking gets you.
Gets me to what? On an NDA?
I will say this at one point when he was trying to get him drunk again, and like I knew he wasn't gonna fall for it again, but I thought he like was gonna poison. That's how good like this movie made you guess. Like I thought like when he was drinking the vodka, I'm like, oh, he just fucking did something to fucking poison him while he's drinking
vodka.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's real fucking good. I feel like it is very well paced, like Todd said at the beginning. I feel like it doesn't waste any time. Like you don't get backstory. You don't get backstory, which I guess for the point of the film, you don't like. There is no backstory to Caleb really, which is part of the plot. But I just think that it is like you fucking starts. You're in this fucking office. He wins a thing. You're on a helicopter. You're already fucking on this fucking roller coaster. You're not getting off until fucking you put the fake skin on. Anyways, that's all I got. It was a good movie, Mike. Congratulations for arguably, potentially, I think might be the best pick so far. That wasn't one of my own, because I'm obviously partial to my own movies, but
of course, we all know how much you loved Grave of the Fireflies.
No, The Big Sick is the one I was referencing. I do like The Big Sick, but this was a fucking good movie, and I probably never would have watched this movie, Mike. So bravo, you have finally done what the purpose of the PTC Movie Club has been from its inception was, I don't watch movies. Let's make each other watch good movies. Congratulations, Mike. You have.
Oh, I got a good one for you that you'd never watch. Also an A24 film. It's also about a group of. This one's about a group of kids that are going to go out into the middle of nowhere, and they experience a culture that they wouldn't experience otherwise.
Yeah, I don't need to watch Midsummer. I'm
very good. Roundabout way.
What a film called Midsummer.
Yeah, I'm also Midsummer.
You know what movie I was actually debating picking, but I didn't. But I kind of wish I did. Was Swiss Army Man.
I haven't mean to watch that.
Yeah, I mean,
Daniel Radcliffe.
It's basically Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, and Paul Dano. But yeah, it's an interesting movie to say the least.
Yeah,
I think Brenden would probably be like, "What the fuck did you just make me watch?" After making him
it's
watch
like all your picks, Todd. I haven't decided on my movie, which I told myself I would decide, but I feel now conflicted because there are a lot of ideas in my head. So I'm going to do one of two things. I'm either going to tweet out the pick, or I'm going to tweet out 4 movies in a poll, and you can pick. So one of those two things will happen either today or tomorrow. So keep an eye out.
Are we doing a Godfather episode?
Yeah, I mean, we can. It's not going to be my pick, but we can do that.
No. A 50th anniversary episode.
Yeah. No, I'm down with that.
We had talked about it last month, and then
I'm down.
Let it drop. So.
I've never seen it, so. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Oh, I think it was the movie.
Gabagool.
That's the movie, right? That's that movie, though?
Get about it.
Fucking most quotable. All right. Any other thoughts before we wrap things up? Anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's all I got. Ugh.
Oh.
Trying to see if I'm just looking at my notes from this, if I missed anything. Oh, I wrote this down. The first time that the power cuts, Nathan is in his room watching Ava on the screen. I don't know why, something about the composition of that scene, like, fucking gave me chills. I was like, this is fucking weird. Like, it was just, like, it was very well constructed. A bunch of different emotions. Because, again, I didn't know what the full scope of this movie was supposed to be. And when I didn't know it was A24. So when the movie started and it said A24, I was like, fuck, this movie's going to be like horror or something. It's going to have shit I don't want in it. Because I'm pretty sure Mike at one point said I was not going to like this movie.
I did say that.
We said you weren't going to like this because it got a 95 on it.
Oh, okay. I took it as it's going to be scary.
I assumed you wouldn't like it because it's like all the wheelhouse of the movies I like, and I was like, "There's no way he's gonna like this."
See, this is a good movie. The ones you pick are like
it is a thriller.
Yeah, but like, I think if there were like things that were meant to like directly scare you more or be grotesque or gore, I think I would have had more problems with the movie. But I feel like it's more of a psychological thriller, and not like a. Like, I feel like there are still psychological thrillers that I wouldn't like, but this is more of like makes you question technology and question it just makes you question certain things philosophically, and I liked the subject matter.
Like Hereditary.
No.
Thing. It's like you got to question.
Anyways, all right. If no one else has anything to say, we're gonna go into everyone's favorite game, which is What's in the Box.
My favorite scene was drunk. I don't know if I've gotten this point across yet, but my favorite scene was drunk Oscar Isaac Ghostbusters on the couch.
Oh no, the best scene in the film is when he says, "Why did you rip up? Why did you tear up Ava's picture? I'm gonna tear up this fucking dance floor."
Why are you talking to her? She's not gonna talk back. You know what she can do though? Dance.
Yes, he also says that in that scene. And also, Oscar Isaac fucking he tears up the fucking dance floor. Like he's got moves.
Good.
Like the scene was ridiculous, but in all the right fucking ways. Like it absolutely made sense. Just again, and I felt like it also fit Nathan's character of just being this like he's.
It fit the film because it was like you don't know what to expect ever, and then at one point it's literally just like, all right, dance break.
And it also made me like it immediately in that scene made me think that like when the first day that Caleb gets there and he goes, oh no, I'm detoxing today because I fucking was hammered, I hung over, and then it made me think. So does this dude just get like absolutely fucking wrecked and dance with robots? Like that's what he does in his spare time?
He does.
Fuck yeah.
He's not the bad guy.
Party?
Yeah, what party?
Party. Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Fucking Caleb, little fucking scaredy cat from the get go. Todd hates Caleb. Anyways, what's in the box? If you're new to the show or it's your first time tuning in, or you don't know what's in the box is because you don't listen to the full episode, what's in the box is a game where I pull 3 games off my shelf, read the back of the box. The panel has to guess what the game is. First one to guess it correctly gets the point. The scoreboard for the year so far is Dom with a commanding 22 points. Behind him in second place, Todd with 15, Mike with 12 in third place, and then a friend of the show, Odell, has 1, Ken Shepard has 2, and I got 2 stumps, but again, not playing for stumps, but I got 2, so got to keep track of those. Anyways, without further ado, first game, and you need, for all 3 of these games, the full title. For the most part, but you need most of the title for these games. Game number 1.
Deus.
I don't know what the fuck is Deus.
Deus Ex.
The first game in a series.
Yes, so I do own Deus Ex Humankind? Mankind? What is it called, Todd? Deus Ex Mankind?
Something.
And I purposely...
Mankind Restored?
I forget.
Is that the newest game?
Either way, I purposely didn't pick it for at least the first game.
At least the first game. Still in play, boys. Just guess it every single time.
That's why I did that.
Darkness becomes light. Light falls into darkness. In preparation for an impending threat, blank and blank enter the sleeping worlds to take the Mark of Mastery exam. They will Todd's face. They will face new enemies and make new friends in worlds they've never set foot in. If they can successfully blank 7 blank blank and return to their world, they will retrieve a great power and become deemed true blank blank.
Frame drop distance.
I'm going to give it to you because it's the title that I needed you to say. But
yeah, it's not the series. Do I need
like,
the series name?
I mean, I think it would be safe next time.
I knew it was a Kingdom Hearts game from the beginning, and then I quickly was like, oh, this might be a Final Fantasy game.
Dom bumping his lead up.
I knew it was some fucking JRPG nonsense. Light becomes darkness, and darkness turns into light. I'm like, okay.
Light becomes darkness. I was like, oh, this is fucking Kingdom Hearts. And then I was like, as he kept going, I was like, this might be a Final Fantasy
game.
I tuned out on that one. I was like, yeah.
Todd, you don't want to win this at all. Game number 2. Embark on the ultimate blank blank for blank blank. Explore the vast world of... we'll blank it for now. Explore the vast world of blank as a warrior of light. Battle. Form flexible strategies by combining jobs and abilities. Time your turns tactically. Sorry, the text is very small and I don't want to mispronounce anything or say something I shouldn't. Time your turns tactically.
Because you're like a dragon. That's all I got.
No. It's a good guess, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Time your turns Well, I don't know why I can't say tactically.
Yo, you got this.
With the new blank and blank system.
Oh, 2 systems.
A new breed of blank blank command battle has arrived. Connect. Use summon friend to call friends' characters into battle. Use Abililink to borrow their abilities. Rebuild your home village using the blank blank feature. Be part of the community in this fresh take on a single player blank. Or I guess blank blank blank. Basic reading ability is needed to fully enjoy this game. What'd you say?
Monster Hunter World?
No.
Basic reading ability?
Do you want me to start filling in some blanks?
Is it a Connect game? Is that what you were like saying, Connect?
I was confused by the way that he said Connect, as if it was like the Connect.
It
or
is
if
spelled
it was just
connect, like the word CONNECT.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It was in a weird position that it made it sound like you were saying like
my
the
head
Xbox
went,
Connect.
I was like, start all over again, basically.
All right, I'm gonna start filling in some blanks. So get your buzzers ready. Embark on the ultimate blank 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 for Nintendo 3DS.
I have one of those.
Whoever wants it. It's not me.
Explore the vast world of Luxendark as a warrior of light. Battle. Form flexible strategies by combining jobs and abilities. Time your turns tactically with the new blank and blank.
Bravery default?
I'm going to give it to you. It's Bravely default.
Oh, yeah.
But you said Bravery default, but I'll give it to you. So some of the other blanks I had to omit. Time your turns tactically with the new Brave and Default systems. I couldn't say that. And the other stuff was just like saying that it was an RPG or saying it was on 3DS. So
trying to remember the name of that. All I was thinking in my head was Octopath Traveler, and I know it was, and I knew it wasn't. But I'm just like, yeah.
Final game number 3. What's in the box? Explore the mysterious and beautiful blank of Nibel. I almost just said the name of the game. Blank 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 is a must-play, award-winning franchise that tells the tale of a young orphan destined for heroics through a visually stunning blank blank. Featuring hand-painted artwork, meticulously animated character performance, a fully orchestrated score, and dozens more features. Blank, 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 blank explores...
Dragon Quest 11.
No. Explores a deeply emotional story about love and sacrifice and the hope that exists in us all. I can keep going if no one has guesses. There's a lot on this box.
Blank, blank, blank. Blank, blank.
Features.
Blank, blank.
Join blank. The last
blank.
Blank, blank.
Airbender.
And discover the mysteries of a dying blank. Listen, if I say some of these blanks, it's going to be very clear what this game is. As a dying blank while escaping the evil clutches of blank.
Blank. Oh, of course.
Unlock and upgrade powerful abilities as your adventure progresses.
Ooh.
One of those games.
Includes a CD of the award-winning original soundtrack. I didn't know that was in here. Bonus material in I can't read that part.
Talking about the remake, just like forget it.
Huh?
Final Fantasy VII remake?
No.
Hand painted orchestra.
Yeah, I don't even think anything's hand painted in that.
I can reread it if you would like.
Hand painted Cuphead.
No.
I feel like that's too easy.
It was a good guess.
Take a sip of
I
my
couldn't.
soda.
I couldn't figure out how many. I couldn't figure out how Cuphead would have that many blanks on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like the title is like 8 words, but I had to guess.
Okay. Some clarity. The full title of the thing in my hand is 6 words. You only need to give me 4 of those words.
What?
On the front of the box, it says, a must-play award-winning game. Over 30 game awards.
I already forget what's on the back of the box. So.
I can go again. Explore the mysterious and beautiful blank of Nibel. I almost just said the title again.
Damn it.
The title of the game is a must-play award-winning franchise that tells the tale of a young orphan destined for heroics through a visually stunning blank, that is the genre, featuring hand-painted artwork, meticulously animated character performance, a fully orchestrated score, and dozens more features. Blank, the title of the game, explores a deeply emotional story about love and sacrifice and the hope that exists in us all. All right. On this next sentence, no,
hold on.
Todd's got something. He's itching.
I'm not. You know what? Just go ahead because I can't remember the name. I'm gonna remember the name and just be like, no, I don't know if it's the game though, so I'm not gonna blurt it out.
Oliver Twist.
Oh,
wow!
Is that a game? No, it's not what this is, but sure.
No, but it's a story about an orphan. So
fair.
That's your first orphan guess.
I don't have a better
Little
guess.
Orphan Annie. The video game.
This next sentence will have a newly unearthed word in it. Join blank, the last spirit guardian, and discover the mysteries of a dying blank while escaping.
Hollow Knight, something. I actually don't know the names of those games.
It's just Hollow Knight.
It is not Hollow Knight. While escaping the evil clutches of
You're the Spirit Guardian?
Of Kuro.
Is that the name of the game?
What did you say?
Is it Kira the Spirit Guardian?
Mm-hmm.
Kira the something? What was the name of that game?
Is it Cat the Spirit?
That's what Todd was thinking of. Is not that game.
All right. So here's what I'm going to say right now. Brenden, I'm going to say right now.
To be over.
Yeah, right. No, hold on, Brenden. Here's what I'm going to say because I would regardless, I would never come up with a full title. Is it one of the 8 Shantae games that you purchased?
No. But Mike, good one. I purposely didn't pull those out yet for a reason.
No one's getting those.
Okay.
I guess you stumped us.
I will reveal all of the blanked out words though, which I feel is going to give it away.
We'll still get it?
Could we find out like a console or a
I could do that. I could do that. The game in my is that what everyone would prefer? Those types of hints first? The game that is in my hand is an Xbox One game, but this game is multi-platform.
Okay.
I believe it is at least on the 3 consoles. I don't know if it is also. I'm assuming it's on PC as well.
PC.
I don't know if it's outside of those things. Like I don't know if it's on. I don't think it's on mobile, and I don't know if it's on like fucking Google Stadia, but I don't think those matter. It's multi-platform.
Fair.
He's not sure if it's on mobile.
Yeah, duh.
Guys, I don't think it's a phone. I don't think it's on phones. Is that?
No,
I still got nothing.
I feel like that tells us something about the game, but
right.
I mean, doesn't Final Fantasy 15 is
see...
Final Fantasy 15 is on fucking phones.
Mobile. Yeah.
I guess.
Spoiler, it's not Final Fantasy 15. Which that would have fit. That would have fit the Final Fantasy 15.
15 is one word.
Mm-hmm.
You said the title.
No, I said Final Fantasy 15, and then I said I was thinking. I think the complete version is called like the Royal Edition. So it would have. I think.
Yeah, but you said we had to give you 4 words.
Yeah, Final Fantasy the.
You said. Yeah. Okay. That's why I said 15 is only one word.
Oh, I count Roman numerals as separate words, so you gotta give me Final Fantasy X, fucking 5 V.
X5, yeah. There you
go. All right.
All right.
What else do you want from this?
Just read the whole back at this point, I guess.
Explore the mysterious and beautiful. I'm still gonna blank out this word because it is
Don't do it.
part of the title, so I can't. Beautiful blank of Nibel. Title of the game is a must-play, award-winning franchise that tells the tale of a young orphan destined for heroics through a visually stunning action platformer. Featuring hand-painted artwork, meticulously animated character performance, a fully orchestrated score, and dozen more features. Title of the game is a deeply emotional story about love and sacrifice and the hope that exists in us all.
Still have no fucking clue.
I think Mike is the only person with access to chat. Mike, you're not looking at the chat, correct? Because the chat has the answer.
No.
Okay.
No, I kind of forgot to open up the Twitch chat.
Okay, that's fine because the chat has the answer.
Okay.
What's the Twitch chat thing under?
Oh, is it Balan Wonderworld?
No, we've done that before. It's also not award-winning or hand-painted. or over 30 award-winning.
Or 4 words, or...
Are you sure about that?
Balan Wonder World.
Your Balan is a wonder world. Anyways, join Blank, the last spirit guardian, and discover the mysteries of a dying forest while escaping the evil clutches of Kuro.
Oh my god! And I think I know what it is now. I'm blanking.
Oh, Ori and the Will of the Wisps?
Yes.
No.
Ori and the Blind Forest.
Tori and the Blind Forest.
Yes, let's go.
Todd creeping. Todd's creeping a little bit.
So when he said, when I knew what it was, when Dom said, I'm like, oh fuck, that's what it is. You know, like I knew what it was, but I couldn't think of the game, and then luckily I knew the second game or first game. I don't even know which one I said, second or first.
It is the first game. Will of the Wisps is the second game. So there you have it. Dom is still in the lead with 23 points. Todd with 17. Mike with 12. That has been episode 312 of the Pass Control podcast. Our Ex Machina movie club episode. We'll see you next week. Be good people. I don't know. I guess I should fully outro the show. I don't know. Follow us on social media at Pass Controller. Give us money in different forms if you feel like it by buying swag or subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron at patreon.com/passcontroller or passcontroller.threadless.com. Follow me at bgroom. Follow Mike at _mycopath. Follow Todd at toddy_by_nature. I just said Toddy _by_. Oh, I did say the right thing. But my brain is running a million miles an hour right now. And follow Dom at PTC _one little spark. And we appreciate you. Be good people. Until next time.